Step one is to understand the problem. We know that we need to get from here, get all these gems, and get Woz's tool. Then we need to plan for our problem. Now, one thing I always tell kids is not just to throw a loop up there and start throwing stuff in the loop. You want to plan without a loop first. So we will say, Woz is starting here. I'm going to go right, and I'm going to go right. That's where I'm starting off. So right, right. Now, I'm going to be right there. So to get past those boxes, I'm going to use dynamite. Right now, I don't know if that dynamite's going to blow up both of those boxes or one of those boxes. So I can test before I'm done with my whole planning session. So I'm going to give Woz a poke to test and see what this dynamite does to see if it blows up one box or two boxes. So I'm going to learn after I test, I'm going to learn what happens. So I give a test by giving Woz a poke. And I learned that dynamite blew up both of those boxes. So right now, Woz is right there. And you realize I need to do 1, 2 lefts to get back over to these boxes. So I got 2 lefts there. And then I'll be right on top of those boxes. So it will be another dynamite. And then the next step is going to be go right, because I'm going to be on that right down here. Be right, right, drop down, dynamite, which we see here that is repeating, that is starting again. So what I did is I identified the pattern. I identified what repeats in this and what I need to put a loop around. So I can get rid of that because this here, let me restart this. This code gets Woz from right here all the way down to here. And if you notice, the next part of this puzzle is the exact same thing as the first part. So I have to go over, over, down, dynamite, left, left, and I'm there. So what Woz did in the first part is exactly the same thing as Woz does in the second part. So if I put a loop around this, put all my commands in that loop, make sure they're in the right sequence, and I'm going to repeat these commands 2 times. Because like I said, the first time it gets Woz from here to here. The second time, it'll get Woz from here all the way to the end of the tool. So here's how that works. So remember, when you're doing your planning phase, you are allowed to test to see how things work, but also don't just throw your loop in there and start throwing stuff in there. Figure out what needs to happen, figure out what's going to happen, and when you see the pattern, when you see the thing that needs to be repeated, then put your loop around that. Good luck with your puzzles.